Céad Míle Fáilte, 100,000 welcomes to the house my grandmother was born in. It is situated in the picturesque townland of Carrickbroad, in the parish of Drummondtee, at the foot of Slieve Gullion.
This is my granny's parents, James and Julia Boyle, on their wedding day. When he was a young man, he fought for Irish freedom in the War of Independence. Later, when he got married, he worked and owned a threshing mill, as his father-in-law also owned threshing mills in the decades earlier, in the 1920s.
These are photographs of a farming activity in the local area, which was once part of the social fabric of the rural areas around Slieve Gullion and South Armagh and Louth. It was taken at harvest time over 90 years ago and shows a group of people who had gathered to help their neighbour Patrick Grogan with threshing on his farm along the Louth Armagh border at Carrickbroad in 1928. The other was taken in 1924 on the farm of Patrick Luckman Tiffprum. Michael Waters, my grandfather, was the owner of the mill. He would have been very well known in the area and represented the people of a time that has since passed away, when neighbouring farmers in Armagh would have come together on an agreed day during harvest time to save the hay and later the grain crops on a voluntary basis. After the Free State was founded in 1922, it was a very difficult time for farmers and indeed all who lived in rural areas. It was a time of great uncertainty, and it was only by this method of collective work sharing that many of them were able to survive. These mills, I remember, were driven by a pulley belt from a petrol tractor. The straw had to be collected by pitchfork. It was back-breaking work. The sheaves of corn were fed into the mill to separate the grain from the straw. The grain came through at the back of the mill into bags. As the straw came out the other end of the mill on the shakers, some of the men would build it into stacks. This straw was used for winter bedding and feeding the farm animals. The chaff was collected into bags for mattresses. When the threshing was finished, the mill was brought to the next farm. When all the neighbours had their threshing finished, they organised a harvest dance. This was held on someone's loft, and a great night was had by all.
These people treasured three things in life above all others: family, faith, and the rural way of life. It is how we spend our time that will determine how we are remembered. These people imprinted their values on my mother as a child. In a quiet way, they give her a sense of safety and security. Because they were important to her as a child, those values are passed on to us. They were hard-working people that thought of others before themselves. Life on a mill was testament to that. These are memories of days of yore, long since gone. However, the value systems are just the same. These photos are relevant. The threshing photos expound teamwork. No man is an island. The 1916 photo is about fighting for rights. We look at these photos of our ancestors with pride. They had beliefs, convictions, and followed them.